So Rebellion, the studio that brought us Zombie Army Trilogy and the Sniper Elite series, is back with a new game called Strange Brigade. Hey guys, it's Chris with B&B Gaming. Welcome back, and I hope you're doing awesome today. Thanks a lot for taking the time to check out this video. Now we're taking a look at a new co-op shooter that's going to be coming out this August called Strange Brigade. Now if you haven't played Zombie Army Trilogy, it basically is a kind of like Killing Floor, but you're moving from stage to stage to stage as you're working your way through it. Now Rebellion is calling Strange Brigade the spiritual successor to Zombie Army Trilogy. So Rebellion describes Strange Brigade as a third-person cooperative shooter with an old-timey 1930s British vibe. Now Strange Brigade was inspired by the 1930s Boys Own magazines and cinema from the 1930s. Now the feel I get from watching it and the different art and everything is it kind of reminds me of The Mummy, you know, the first movie. It looks really cool, really interesting. Now as far as the story goes in Strange Brigade, it supposedly takes place in 1930s Egypt, and what happens is an ancient evil is reawakened, an enemy that was buried in a nameless sarcophagus over 4,000 years ago, an ancient evil called Sateki, the Witch Queen. Now evidently Sateki is really pissed off and has brought back to life, or brought with her, their other Egyptian themed monsters along with some other mythological creatures. Now in Strange Brigade, you and up to 3 other players, and it is going to have online co-op and matchmaking, so you can find randoms if you need them, or you can actually play it solo. You basically are going to be taking on hordes of monsters such as mummies, fire-breathing assassins, and armored minotaurs, along with mini-boss situations, bosses of course, and of course you're going to use weapons, environmental traps like spike traps, fire traps, spinning blades, boulders, and more. And as you're working your way through, you're going to be solving puzzles such as finding secret entrances, repairing contraptions, and finding different clues. And a reward is going to be finding treasures to upgrade your character's skills. Now we don't know a whole lot about the skill progression, or if there's progression outside of each game, if there's incentive to keep leveling up your character. Rebellion has said that they're going to give us more information as we get closer to launch. Now the Strange Brigade is made up of 4 characters, and each character has its own weapons, tactics, and supernatural powers. The first character is Nalangu Rashida. She is a Maasai warrior from Kenya, and she's armed with a machine gun. The second character is Gracie Braithwaite. She is an engineer with a shotgun. The third character is Professor Archimedes D. Quincy. He's an archaeologist and an Oxford scholar who comes with his own brand of machine gun. The fourth character is Frank Fairburn. He's a soldier with the coldest eye in the Empire and is an expert marksman. Now he's the closest to the Zombie Army Trilogy characters, you know, more sniper based, so he's armed with a rifle. Along with these stock weapons, Rebellion's also promising that there's going to be experimental weapons such as the fire-spitting Krakatoa, the ice-cold Chill Burster, and the brain-busting Blunderbuss. That sounds pretty cool. Now along with weapons in the Strange Brigade, there's also an amulet mechanic. Now I don't know if this has changed since last year, but the information I got was from E3 2017 when the game was in preview. Now how the amulet works is each player has an amulet. Now as they do damage, the amulet charges up and the player does more and more damage. The caveat here is if you stop doing damage, the amulet loses power. Now if you charge up your amulet all the way, you can do a powerful attack. Now as far as future DLC for Strange Brigade, if you buy the deluxe edition, which is $80, the standard edition is $50, but if you buy the deluxe edition, it comes with a season pass, and in the season pass they're promising new campaign missions, characters, weapons, items, and more. So it sounds like Rebellion has a good roadmap for Strange Brigade moving forward. So what do you guys think of Strange Brigade? Let me know in the comments below. For me, I'm actually really excited about this game. I've been kind of keeping an eye out for it for a while now. My buddy Mr. Carl got me into Zombie Army Trilogy, and it's actually a really good game. What keeps me from really getting into it more is there's no progression system. There's no run through a level, you know, get XP, level up your character. That's one thing I'm really hoping Strange Brigade has. One article I read about it talked about finding treasures, and you would use treasures to upgrade your skills. So I'm really hoping it has a skill tree, which I think would be really interesting, because they did talk about in the DLC, as far as the season pass goes, is adding more characters. And the way it looks here, each character is really going to have their own role and their own abilities. I think this game could be a lot of fun. If you are looking to stay up to date on the latest Strange Brigade news, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Until next time guys, this is Chris. Have an awesome one.